Welcome to our Vault Shorts. These are shorter episodes highlighting programs and resources here in our Billings community.
The following is a Big Sky Economic Development production.
It's Mars B.
And Kavo.
And this is The Vault at 201 North Broadway.
A business podcast.
Where we bring you entrepreneurs, small business owners, and community leaders of Montana.
To share their stories, expertise, industry insights, and strategies.
And we are sharing them all with you every single week.
You don't want to miss this.
Learn how to better start, manage, and grow your business.
And your leadership style.
Tangible takeaways to save you time and improve whatever it is that you're working on.
You're listening to The Vault.
Thank you to the Small Business Development Center for sponsoring The Vault at 201 North Broadway. The Small Business Development Center offers free personalized support from business plans to financial projections and beyond, empowering small businesses to thrive. Reach out to us at bigsky.economicdevelopment.org.
Today, we're talking with Kavo about the importance of a business plan and how to build them. So, Kayla, you do a lot of this work daily with clients, with businesses in our Billings region. So let's just dive right into it and talk all about a business plan.
Perfect. Well, a business plan, we always like to say, is a roadmap to your business. It holds your goals, your strategies, and what steps you need to take in order to achieve them. So we say it's a living document, right? Because as you evolve in your business, so should your business plan, because goals may change. Maybe a product that you thought was going to be the top product actually isn't, and one that you didn't think was going to be a bestseller is. And so what does that do within your business plan? The other big part of a business plan is, in order to get any sort of financing through a traditional lender, even private investment, we just say, just in general, you should have a business plan just to help understand what your business is, what problem are you solving, what opportunities are there for you, understanding who your competitors are. So there's a lot of different things that a business plan covers. Now, if you look up a template online, it will be like 36 pages and you'll be very overwhelmed and you'll be like, what do I actually need in here? It doesn't need to be 36 pages. Those are extreme versions, but at least it gives you an idea of what
maybe to include.
Yeah, what to say, how to phrase it.
And it kind of sounds like something that you can go back to and look at if you're just feeling maybe off one day or something. Of it's kind of that thing of like why you're doing what you're doing, right? Like,
correct.
This is that document. And as you change and grow and evolve, like you said, things change on that business plan too. But it's your guide. It's like it's your North Star.
It's your North. Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
It's your North Star. We're going to steal it. Yeah, it is. It's a North Star for your business. And it just helps you. The other thing is you can go back to it and go, why did I start this business?
Yeah, like it just keeps that why really rooted and present.
Absolutely. Yeah, you write down your mission, your values,
And I want to get into what's on one, but it also seems like, and maybe I'm wrong, but if you're starting out or newer, that with that business plan, you might be doing some like deep thought and work up front, but then it's going to help you immensely in the long run.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a great idea. Even if you just have the idea, building out this business plan can make you understand really how the ins and outs of this business is going to work. And so it's a great document to have within your business, because it's how you're going to do business. So it's super important.
So let's get into it. So what are some tips you would give for those, because you guys work with and have a cool template that's not 36 pages, but what are some tips you would give for those building a business plan?
Absolutely. So if you do need to start a business plan, or maybe you've never had a business plan and you're looking to get a business plan put together for your business, it's never too late. We like to say the earlier the better, but we do have templates that we can give you that are industry specific. And so it can really help you understand what each type of business plan should sound like. But one of the most important pieces of your business plan, especially if you're getting financing, is your executive summary. Now, your executive summary is going to be where a lender looks at first and makes that decision whether they're going to read on or not. So it has to be really gripping and really cover a lot of information in a short area. And so some of that information is, what is the problem you're solving? How are you solving it? Why are you educated enough to do it? How much financing do you need? How are you going to pay it back? How are you going to market? Do you understand your competition? And so it's like a big summary of what your business plan is in just a small section.
Yeah.
But a lender's going to read through that and go, okay,
Like
I believe they have,
they've got it together.
They have it together. I feel their passion. And so I'm going to read on. So it really can make or break that project moving forward or not if you're not really putting your whole heart in that executive summary.
Honestly, hook them.
Them. Don't put a bunch of mumbo jumbo in there because they're going to ask you questions about it. And if you can't come back with actual answers, it's going to be really tough for you and it's going to hurt your credibility.
So we have executive summary. What are some other things?
Some other areas that you're going to want to know is your target market. So they want to know that you understand exactly who you are selling to. So if you are a hair salon, or here, we'll do a spa and salon, right? Because this is a different target market. You're not really targeting men. You're probably going to be targeting those middle-aged women, probably mid to high income levels, because they have the disposable income to come do spa services. So understanding who that target market is, they want you to get it down to they are 23 to 45 age range. They're, all different types of people, but you really need to understand who that target market is. So the other thing is structure and management. So how are you structuring your business? So that would be your entity selection. So are you an LLC? Are you a sole proprietor? We'll go through a whole nother episode on what entity selections are. And then how are you going to set up that management outline? So we here
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. We here at Big Sky, we have an org chart, right? That's basically what you need to put in your business plan. So most of the time,
which is so important. I think knowing who's doing what, whether you're small or we're still technically small staff of 26, but knowing who's doing what so that things aren't dropping the ball or like things don't get dropped, things are going well and smoothly, and there's not overlap or confusion.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's really just understanding how are you going to operate with this team. So in most cases, when people are getting started out, they're the sole person. So, you write CEO, owner, but you really need to write who they are, what their tasks are going to be, and then move from there. The other part of it is you want to make sure that you're putting in your experience. So this is also an area where you can say, hey, I'm Joe Schmo, and I've worked in excavating for 20 plus years. And so that's why I am a perfect candidate to start this business, owning my own excavation company.
So quick question. What if there's someone on that maybe doesn't have that experience, but they're wanting to start a business? Like what tips do you have?
Yeah.
For that?
One, sometimes it's other areas of expertise that could come in that they could put in. So maybe they're going to start a coffee shop and maybe they don't have experience with coffee shop, but they have been a controller or an accountant. And so they know how to handle their books and manage their costs. And so then that could come into play with going, okay, I can learn the skills of making coffee, but I have the back end information there. So that would give them a little bit more confidence in your project. The other thing that we tell people is if you want to start a coffee shop and you've never done hospitality or have never done coffee, go work in it for a little while. See if you actually like that. And that's,
you might not.
Yeah. And that's with every industry is going through and going, well, am I actually going to like owning a retail store? Or am I actually going to like owning a childcare facility? So there's just things like that. So go get the experience in it, right? And understand if this is the right project for you. You may realize this is perfect. I love this. Great. Now you have some experience to put on there.
And I think in some of our other episodes of small business owners and entrepreneurs, we hear that passion that they have. Even if some of those things they've done are on the fly a little bit learning as they're building, but they have such a deep passion for it that you feel it, you see it, you experience it. And I think that's really helpful too.
Yeah. Well, and you can feel that in a business plan when someone has a lot of passion for what they're looking to do. The other part of it too is products and services. So what are you selling?
And if it's a service or a product or products.
Yeah. If you are a massage therapist, write out your menu. Like what is your, you got
what is your service offerings?
Yeah, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, hot stones, cupping, list all of that out in that products and services. But if you're like a food business, you want to not only list out like what your menu is going to be, but list out how much it's going to cost you. So your cost of goods plus how much you're going to sell it for. So they can really understand that you understand your margins in that role. Then the other part of it is marketing. How are you going to sell these things? Don't just go, I'm just going to get the word out there. Because
what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Exactly. Break it down. Go, I'm going to do 2 to 3 posts on social media every week. I'm a restaurant, so I'm going to post my specials each night before the following day. Like going through some of those things in that marketing plan can show them that you're really thought through how you're going to be strategic in selling your services or products. The other part of it is going to be your funding request. So your funding request is going to be how much money do you need to get started here? And this becomes bigger when you're looking for financing. And so obviously a big part of that would be us helping you build out your financial projections. But they need to know, how much are you asking for? What kind of terms are you looking? And then how are you going to repay that?
Yeah.
And then that kind of flows into your financial projections, where we can show, your cash flow, the feasibility of your business, and then 3 years of projections out that are showing that, hey, you do have a good cash standpoint each year. You have good steady growth based on different industry standards and things like that. So we can pull that information for you. The other part is know your audience. So if you are gearing this towards a lender, gear it towards a lender. But if you're gearing it towards an investor, that business plan is going to look a little bit different, because an investor is taking equity stake in your business versus a lender is not.
Loaning you money.
They're just lending you money. Yes.
So just to recap on some of those things, and then I have a question for you. Executive summary, target market, structure and management, product services, marketing strategy and plan, funding request, and then knowing your audience. So this is a lot of information we just went through, and I think that you, if I'm not mistaken, can help people really walk through this, because it might sound a little overwhelming, or like, oh my gosh, I haven't even thought of my marketing strategy yet. We have services that are free to you and experts that can help you. And Kayla is that.
Absolutely, yes. So, even if you're a listener not within the Billings area, there's SBDC, Small Business Development Centers, all over the nation. You can go to one of those and they'll all help you with your business plan. What I will say is, we're not going to write it for you. You have to do that work. You have to understand the ins and outs of your business. But what we'll do is help you understand each section,
and then
help
you
you get
ask
the information.
Good questions that help pull and bring that up.
Absolutely. So we're just a huge help in that. And then we help with the financial projections end of it, which is, some would say, even more overwhelming, because when you're just starting a business, it's a lot of guesstimates, So trying to understand, and we'll pull that industry data to see what is that industry doing, what's their growth rate, so we can help you really get some conservative financial projections. We're going to tell you, if you come in telling us you're going to make $500,000 that first year, we're probably going to tell you you're not. Most industries aren't going to make $500,000 in their first year, but we look at the industry standards and we can help you with that. We're going to help you be conservative and see, hey, even if you don't do 500,000, maybe you just do 100,000. Can you still cash flow? Can your business still absorb the loan that you need to take out to get started? Or do you need to save some money?
So financial projections are a big part of business plan. What information does a financial projection provide? Like in detail, so someone's like, oh gosh, what is that? Or what does that mean?
Yeah.
Let's just dive into it.
So we have several parts of financial projections. There's multiple tabs. We have a great spreadsheet. It kind of feeds into itself. So don't feel like you have to start these from scratch. We do have the ability to help you with those. But we usually say, start with 3 lists. What is your products and services, and how much are you selling them for? What are your startup expenses? And then what are your monthly costs? So startup expenses would be, if you have a build out in a space, maybe you found the perfect space.
Equipment.
Yeah. And so, equipment, maybe it's buying a building, what are those things? Then your monthly
The SBA loan, 504 would be a great option that we have a different episode on. So if you're curious, that's another short that dives into low interest rate, long-term financing for small businesses to purchase building or build a building and buy equipment. So really great option. So anyways,
Yes.
Continue. Yeah.
504 program is amazing. And you can get with one of our
Team
employees
members
here at
here.
Big Sky. and they can help you with that. So yes, it will help you understand the feasibility. So how many cups of coffee do you need to sell in order to make $100,000? We can help you understand that. 2, it gives you an idea of with your startup expenses and all of your monthly costs and how much you're anticipating making that first year, what is your cash position going to be each month of that first year? And then from there, it projects out your year 2 and 3 just by years, so not by months.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get a good idea of what you're looking at. We have clients that utilize that form. They just keep updating their numbers, and then they consistently have a 3-year projection. So they consistently know where they're going to be for the next 3 years. They can update their growth. So maybe one year they saw 15, or maybe they look through their last 3 years and they see each year they've had a 10 or 15% growth.
Wow,
they can put that in and see what their actuals could be. So that is really, it's a really great
data,
tool.
trends, things like that to help you project for your year.
Absolutely. We can put loans in there so you understand what your, loan, your amortization schedule is going to look like. We have personal budgets and business budget tabs in there that you can put in, understanding your personal financial statement. So what do you own? What do you owe? That kind of thing. So it's a really great spreadsheet, but lenders, private investors, they're all going to want to see projections for your business. And so that's a part of that business plan.
Mm-hmm.
Some other tips that I would say is make sure you're using simple language. So I'm not in the battery business. So if you're using very technical terms about batteries, I probably won't understand what you're saying. So make sure you're using layman terms so people could understand. So if your 8-year-old nephew could read that and not understand it, you probably need to change some wording there.
It's like going to the doctor's office. You always want them to communicate with you in a way that makes sense to you.
Yes, don't say a whole bunch of
or acronyms. It'd be
gobbledygook.
like us just listing off acronyms in meetings that no one knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, we could talk all in acronyms. It'd be a fun game. So, so use simple language to make sure people are understanding and grasping the concept that you're putting through. I think we touched on this, but be realistic with your business plan, be genuine, make sure you're not buffing up your numbers to make it seem better, even though that's not a feasible number for you. Mm-hmm. Lenders, private investors, they've been in the business for a long time. They know what that looks like. So you're just going to hurt your credibility if you do that. So we're here to help you with that. And make sure you communicate your vision and mission effectively. So really, that's where that passion comes in. Why are you doing this? What are the core values that you're going to lead your business by? And really make sure that you're continuing to flow those through your business plan.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So a lot of people think once you build your business plan,
then it's done. You put it away. It's on the shelf.
Put it in the closet.
Just kidding.
Throw it in that drawer.
How often do you recommend revisiting it and maybe updating, revising it? Because it's sort of like, it's like what you should do with a resume.
Absolutely.
Which we can talk about on a different episode of resume things. But it's like you shouldn't just let it sit. You have to update it as you grow.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're going to need financing again, you're going to have that business plan updated. So we always say at least once a year, take your business plan out, see if anything's changed, maybe do some quick edits, some updates.
Maybe make it fun. Get yourself a coffee or something. I don't know.
Schedule yourself a reoccurring yearly meeting. That's just your business plan.
With you and your leadership team and make it fun. So it's something you look forward to, but that you do really maybe just relook at once in a while.
Just once in a while, take a look at it. If you've had a big change in your business, obviously it's a time for you to pull that out. So maybe that is more than once a year. But at least once a year, take your business plan out and take a look at it. And just see if some things have changed.
Yeah, and I think something I've taken away from this episode is it does sound like a lot of information, but I think it's like building that strong foundation for your business so that as you go through and as you grow, you've already answered some of those harder questions that are going to come up as you're growing in this business plan, in some of your financial projections. And then as I think with the financial projections, if you're new and you've started, you relook at your business plan and your financials during some of that time, you can start to build and see trends for your company. So, for example, like if you're a brewery here in town or wherever, you're going to see like busy times and then slower times throughout your year of like what, and knowing just people's trends, like January, people are doing dry January, saving money after the holiday. But like by the time we get to May, there's graduation and summer's kicking off and people are like ready to have another drink again. And then as we enter fall, you know, you're wanting that warmer or darker beer, not the light summer beer. So I think that's just an example, but knowing some of those trends too that you can really look at and can help you see what your year is going to look like a little bit, as much as you can project anything.
Absolutely. So what Marcel is saying, breweries only have one slow time of the year, and that is January.
Yeah, exactly. January. No, I'm kidding. There might be others, but you know, like there's just different things. And I think understanding where you're at, like in a climate zone, like Montana has 4 seasons.
Yep.
Not everywhere does.
If you sell just shorts, you have a season with us.
Right. Unless you're wearing them to the gym with like, yeah. So anyways, thank you. That's super helpful and great.
Yeah. So a business plan is a really great tool for your business. Again, it holds your goals, your strategies, and the steps you need to take to achieve them. So make sure that you have your business plan or your roadmap to your business and be checking it for changes.
Yeah. And if you guys want to learn more about some of this, connecting with a small business development center here at Big Sky Economic Development or the Big Sky Finance SBA 504 loan we have, just visit bigsky.economicdevelopment.org. And please don't forget to connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, we're The Vault at 201 North Broadway. And then on Instagram, we are The Vault _201. That's really where we're the most active. So we'd love to connect and connect with you there. So thanks for listening.
Absolutely. I'm Kavo.
And I'm Mars B.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Make sure you are subscribed to The Vault at 201 North Broadway, wherever you podcast, including YouTube.
Connect with us on Facebook at The Vault at 201 North Broadway and Instagram at The Vault _201.
Don't forget to visit us at thevault@201.com and subscribe to our newsletter.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you to Big Sky Economic Development for supporting The Vault at 201 North Broadway. Big Sky Economic Development provides leadership and resources for business creation, expansion, retention, new business recruitment, community development, and workforce development. Learn more at bigsky.economicdevelopment.org.